Ladies and gentlemen, you're standing in front of the very first mobile COVID-19 vaccination unit in the entire state of New York, otherwise known as the Vaxmobile, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what it's going to take, and that's why I'm all excited. I was like a kid before Christmas this morning, ladies and gentlemen. You know, when we had these discussions with Mount Sinai and Dr. Sharma and the entire team over there about looking forward, and that's what we've tried to do. And with my colleagues and I, we are honored to stand here with the entire delegation of Mount Sinai to make this, you know what, first in the state unveiling. And it really would be remiss if I did not take the time to thank Senator Schumer for exactly why we're here today. It was Senator Schumer's advocacy that was able to get CARES funding to the town of Hempstead that we were able to do testing of thousands of people, feeding over 1 million meals to food distress victims last year. And it's through his advocacy and those funds that we get to stand behind what I really feel is the stepping stone to getting open fully again. Not everybody has a car. Not everybody has internet access. What they are now able to do is park this and take this unit into every nook and cranny throughout the town of Hempstead. And we're starting right here in Uniondale, where today they're focusing on seniors and individuals who have underlying health conditions, and they're using the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And that's amazing. It really is amazing. And tomorrow they're going to be in Elmont, and then they're just going to be on the road. As long as those vaccinations come in, this team has committed to go out there and get these shots in the arms, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? And that's why I'm excited, because that's what it's about. We're supposed to help people. And I have to say, I am so happy to have a town board team that works with me and have people in our community like all the advocates here in Mount Sinai, because it is the collaborative efforts, it's thinking outside the box that we were able to come up with this entire concept and this entire program.
But I do want to thank the supervisor. His vision with Councilman D'Esposito and the town board allowed us to start planning way ahead of having vaccine. And he mentioned the logistics. It is very challenging to get these vaccines out. This is not like a flu vaccine. There's such a limited quantity, you can't waste a single dose, but the vials come in 5 or 10 doses in a vial, so everything has to be matched up, and I can't even explain to you how challenging it is when it's a 2-shot series. We're fortunate for the Vaxmobile, we've been able to secure the Johnson & Johnson, which is 1 shot. We get into these communities where people are challenged. We still get emails every day of very, very senior folks, 80 plus, saying, I have not been able to get an appointment. My wife and I have not been able to get an appointment. And it's heartbreaking for us, because what we want to do is get vaccine to those that are at highest risk, and those are the people that are at highest risk of complications from COVID. So I want to thank everyone for their vision and their support. It has been incredible to work with the town on this.
I have over 6,000 people, over 6,000 who are affected by this virus. And I tell you, the other thing that bothered me so much, I have a cemetery in my district, and every day we will bury more than 20 people, more than 20 people per day, and still it's happening. And you know how many families have lost relatives, and it's just terrible, just terrible. So our CARES money went to one place, many different places, but you look at what's happening back here. You see that mobile unit? That is so important, because many of the seniors are not able to get out. They don't have a phone that they can use to call, and they don't know who to call. They don't know how to use a computer if they have one. So it's nice to have this, and I'm very happy.
Today, with Passover and Easter in mind, we celebrate a new beginning here in the town of Hempstead. I am thankful to my colleagues on the town board, because like Supervisor Clavin mentioned, this was a team effort. I'm proud that the main campus of Mount Sinai, South Nassau, falls in my district. But when we sat around a table and discussed this mobile vaccination, this mobile testing bus, everyone was in favor. Our town clerk, our receiver of taxes, our colleagues on the board. Everyone looked into the future. This was back in November and December, when we weren't sure what March 31st of 2021 would bring. Would we have vaccines? Where would the pandemic be? Would we still be shut down? But they all had the vision to say, you know what? This is where we are headed. And like the supervisor mentioned, this is a stepping stone. This is a stepping stone to us getting back to our, I guess what we will call, new normal.
Dr. Sharma and the entire team at Mount Sinai, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being there from day one. Thank you for sitting down and giving us the ideas. You know what, I always say that you have to listen to people to be successful. And this has been a really successful teaming up with Mount Sinai. And then lastly, for having this vision. They knew when we were testing, vaccinations were going to be months down the road. And they knew you cannot get this stuff out by snapping your fingers. And they also knew that this was going to take the necessity of getting into every community. And this mobile unit's going to start that process. So on behalf of the entire town board, myself, and every one of the 750,000 plus residents that live here in the town of Hempstead, we want to thank Mount Sinai, the entire team, all of our essential workers, and say thank you, God bless.